is the bottom of another. The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Run for cover, you discover some will thrive and others suffer. Cause the top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Ooh, don't wait, don't hesitate. Better speak the truth, let it resonate and let it detonate and get blown away. Till you keep on rising to a higher place. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop coming till we hit the top. Gotta keep pushing to the day I make it. Since they won't give it to me, then I got to take it. The pain today is power tomorrow. Keep on coming, but you'll never catch me running. Cause I won't bow down. No matter what they say, I wouldn't do it any other way. Keep on coming, but you'll never catch me running. Cause I won't bow down. Top of every mountain is the bottom of another. The top of every mountain is the bottom of another. Not enough, they keep us smothered. Lower class, never the upper. Cause the top of every mountain is the bottom of.
Good evening, UN Spacey Wolf. It's your Wolf Commander Wolf 10. I'm your werewolf, and today we are down. Konnichiwa.
Jerry came to me with a beautiful autograph book filled with poems, illustrations, and
Whose phone is that?
So what's being played in the background?
I don't know. Is that mine? I hear voices.
Poor humble.
I have neighbors, they do not wear headphones.
Oh,
Your
those
neighbors
people.
living in your house?
And none.
She's about to get a shotgun.
I was gonna say things you hear muffled screaming, guns going off. Now where I fixed the problem. Let's continue this thing. You're just being hear siren. Gotta move. Now I have to tell them my favorite anime. You understand? Yuridura was the best anime. Sir, get out of the garden. Run away from here so I can see what's going on. the most cringiest arrest. Yeah, king of the power of anime.
We're talking about art and animation, illustration, and whatever have you, man. And we're going to be bouncing all over the place with this one, it seems. I'm here with the loudmouth, talkative individual, Ultra Burger.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? I am beautiful.
Yes, he is. One handsome man. We have the shotgun and rootin' tootin' humblest of riders, Humble Marty.
Hello, I'm Humble Marty and I write things.
We have the Warrior of Light, Final Fantasy Fan 12.
Greetings to viewers and my fellow Final Fantasy fans. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 and welcome back to another live stream of the UN Spacey Wolf Squadron. And today we are back with another episode of The Real Millennials, this time talking about art and animation.
And animators and artists. We have the Hound of the Sardonic Pal.
Oh, you do a live stream? Yeah. What's your game? Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everyone. This is the Hound of the South, Donnie Call, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Real Millennials.
Excuse me. So how we even start with this one? Don, you set this one up. You talk.
He left.
Oh my god.
That's some slapstick comedy right there.
StreamYard sucks.
Technical difficulties. Probably.
Well, okay, so I'm Marty.
Damn it, StreamYard.
Oh, Marty, well, she's the writer. Well, why don't you start?
Okay, one of the artists I remember of was the one that did the book The Boy, the Fox, the Mole, and the Horse.
Do you know his name?
It's been turned into and it's by Charlie and it will make you cry. So if you wanted to get that out of the way, there's also it's supposed to be on Apple TV, the short film based on it. So you can get all that sweet dialogue out of the way. It's like therapy, and it is a tear releaser for just a nice 30 minutes.
Wait, what's it about?
You've got this. It starts out with this one boy. He finds this toy mole, and they end up just talking about stuff as they go along on their journey. They come across a fox who is basically tsundere incarnate, and this one horse who is probably the stoic type, but I found it pretty amazing because it is very hard to draw a horse with sketchy lines.
Wait, I think I've seen that. What you're talking about? It's the boy. Yeah, it's a 2D animation of a boy in the woods. She's talking to horses and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I think I've seen clips of that, and they're talking. I think they're just talking about like what life is, like life and death, and like very like heavy topics. But it's like it's a horse talking it, so it's okay.
Sounds to me like Humble just
Yeah.
tends to find the slice of life stuff whenever it crops up. Am
No,
I correct?
yeah,
Some of it.
he's way more into that stuff.
Yeah, some of it, though. Yeah, it's though the funky. Yeah, except the funky part I really liked about it was kind of like some of the 1980s cartoons. Like if Milo Pun was like, "Hey, we're going to go fight a demon," would I come with? It's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And the guy's like, "I have a secret," and you're like, "Why?" "I can sprout wings."
Wait, ain't there a whole species that can sprout wings? So how's that even a secret?
The horse is, I don't know, the horse is like by himself a lot, and when he talks about his wings, they pulled back and they weren't there before, but now they're there now, and it's all anatomically accurate.
Wait a minute. What's the name of this animation again?
It's called The Boy, the Fox, the Mole, and the Horse.
Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the... Oh, I think I've seen some fan art of this.
Yeah, the Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse.
Yeah, I've seen some fan art of this. Oh no, actually no, I saw some anime. Actually no, I saw anime clips.
Yeah,
Yeah, the animated clips are like really good by themselves, but if you have them all put together, it's this kid trying to basically find his home. He makes a bunch of friends, and then he finds out he's alone, but he's like, I got my buddies with me. I'm good.
so you're telling me
It's anime in a traditional paint style.
Yep.
so you're telling me this is just a story of a kid just completely having a schizo moment? He's just scared in the woods, talking to fucking trees and shit.
If you wanted to call it that, probably, but the fox is, it's just a kid story.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking. Yeah, I know.
And they
Kid
don't
stories.
allude to the whole schizo stuff.
No,
I
I'm
remember
joking.
when they did the.
Joking.
Oh, that's okay. I
Oh.
remember when they did the storyline. He wrote, "Well, how would I treat myself gently?" And that was basically the premise of the whole story.
Hmm. I might try to look and see if I can find the whole short so I can watch it. Probably be a little whole story.
First speed.
Yeah. So let's see. Final Fantasy. What's your animation animator? Thing you can pick up.
Uh, sorry, you roboted on me. Sorry about that. Repeat that question.
He asked
So
you
I'll give
what
it.
is your animation or animator or artist.
The very first one that I picked up?
Off the top of your head. Go off the top of your head.
Uh, hmm, very first one that, okay, I'm already confused because StreamYard is already being such a dick on me. Okay, you need to repeat your question. I am so sorry.
What is your favorite artist or animator or illustrator?
Favorite artist. Favorite artist would have to be Alex Ross. With, I did a whole comic studies episodes of, the Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes, comic, which is a whole DC anthology series regarding, the Justice League. And that was actually my very first introduction, or one of my first introductions to Alex Ross, the other one being, Kingdom Come, that he also did the art for. And this is when I was trying to get into, uh, more DC Comics, trying to find, more comics thanks to Professor Geek. And this is, and after seeing the art on this, I was like, holy crap, I was already blown away of how much, that he could do, because the dude was a very talented artist and a very, crafty storyteller too. Because he knows these characters very well, he's grown up with these characters. And he's also given a lot of history with that you could even see that even with, that one page of Batman where there's a lot of scars on his back. And although he's done well with covers and whatnot, and he would do a story, but having it do a weekly thing, it would take forever in order to do. So that was already like a one and done thing. But still, it is still the most actually one of my favorite DC books that I've ever picked up. So and I personally would recommend, Justice League World's Greatest Superheroes to anyone who wants to get into DC as the starting point to know basically anybody in the league, to know the characterization of each of the Justice League, and their very first introduction to the DC universe as a whole, or at least a fraction of it.
Cool.
Can you speak?
Dom, your mic.
You're muted. Maybe he's doing something.
His defense, he is definitely at a social function right now, so his speech is like, he does this, guys. We just gonna have to bear with him for now.
The second he unmutes, I'm going to say the N word.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is the
no. Hard
that's
R.
the
Well,
perfect
yeah.
environment for technical
I want everyone in that
difficulties.
I want everyone in that restaurant to hear what I say. And I will put the Uncle Ruckus accent in, so they'll never know who it was.
I think Uncle Ruckus would be ecstatic.
Uncle Ruckus is brilliant.
But then again, he is a unique being.
He's the average black man now in modern times. Everyone's saying Uncle Ruckus more and more.
Oh my.
Oh no. Well,
Yeah, like, oh boy, we're not even.
okay. Well, I'll go next because Dom is currently MIA. I got a couple, but like if we're talking about like animation, my time with animation is kind of loosey goosey. I know like maybe by name. You got was it Robinson who did he was a Disney animator. He was known like one of the highest known ones. He did Princess and the Cobbler. That was a
Oh,
project he was working on before he died. He never finished it, but a lot of people tried to pitch in. His animations, like how he does it, he teaches different styles, very fluid, very, very good. You know, when he worked with Disney and all that. Um, but like Don Bluth, um, for animations, like like Don Bluth, I think like we talk about Western animators in general, he's like top bill. Like you can recognize who he is in his movies by just the art style and you immediately know who it was or who it is. He's still alive, I think.
he is.
Um, yeah, and like his movies, like you get like some like animation wise, they're going to be good. Now the stories themselves can be very hit and miss, but like all dogs go to heaven. You know, tearjerker of a film, particularly if you know the history of what happened during the production of that film.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
just very depressing. You guys know the story about that, right?
We'll discuss that story when we talk about All Dogs Go to Heaven proper.
Uh, okay, so I can do proper. Okay, but it's
We'll
like
just
you look it up, it makes you cry. The
yeah.
ending makes you cry more because you know the context. But I mean, Anastasia. I can't watch that on PTS so many times. They burned out the fucking brick. Like very. It is like you tell like he has his own style, but it's very fluid. So animation. I think. I think like you can make people have more emotions, so you can read what they're saying without them spouting words. Because you can read what's there on their face. One of the better known ones, and I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now, but he did Perfect Blue,
Oh,
and like Paprika.
Satoshi Kon?
yeah.
Thank you. John. I would say, I mean, like everyone talks about, uh, I am terrible with names. Oh my god, Satoshi Kon. I would say he's better. I know the guy who does Ghibli films. Everyone loves about Satoshi Kon. I really like
But
Mm.
Miyazaki
better.
doesn't. He's not always hands on in the later stuff that has his name attached to it. He's basically at this point John Lasseter in the
No, I mean
later.
Miyazaki is talented, but he needed to get his shit rocked because goddamn, he was a fucking asshole for no reason. But I like
Mhm.
Satoshi Kon a lot more because he seems to be a lot more chill, and he made. Thing is, like, he didn't make a lot of films because sadly he died, but he made one anime series, Psycho Agent, was great. Perfect Blue is one of the most perfect anime films ever created. Tokyo Godfathers. Paprika is just an acid trip. It's free logic, so you just like good luck trying to explain what's going on there. But Perfect Blue is so well done on facial animations,
Mhm.
the shots. When what's that creepy fucking Innsmouth looking dude, Fishman,
Mhm.
that's like stalking Mila, and like first he doesn't look human, Biggie West, so he's got a little visual evidence, but when he's in the chat room in his room, he has all those pictures, starts talking to him because the guy's like completely out of his gourd. That's just a cool because it's such a creepy scene because it just goes like you guys talking to the chat, the pictures are talking to him. When you find out who the killer is and how they kept messing with like perspectives and what people are seeing, it's
Oh,
transitions all the time. It constantly starts messing with your mind on what's real and what's not. It's so good. It's just such a good. I would say like people who do animations should watch that film and see how they did stuff, how they did like uh point of perspectives, suspense, details.
Gods.
And I mean, like Tokyo Godfather 2, if you want to do more grounded films, because it is like the most grounded that he's done, because the rest he does like
I
way.
mean, grounded as far as that baby could handle such inertia throughout that.
That's a strong baby, but
That is a strong ass baby. I, I comment
Goku.
I comment that on a review of that movie. I was like, my God, that baby is resilient.
I mean, his mom was a complete psycho, so he survived. Man was born to survive.
I was like, oh my lord. I mean, these people straight up just did a death-defying drop off a building to save this baby, and I'm like, bro, with that amount of G-force of that baby fall, like that baby should have been dead by now.
Maybe he died like Gwen Stacy. Maybe went out like that. No, they won't do
Like,
that.
that
It
baby's
is.
brain should be smushed in that terminal velocity.
It's
The
fine.
fast,
The baby's fine.
the way how fast they were falling, Jesus.
It's fine. The baby drinking sake. He's fine. He's strong. He's
Yeah,
alright. He does the border. He's fine.
like
Um,
shit, he was better off. He was better off with the girl that ran away from home.
yeah, the young one, yeah, because you got the cross dresser and you got the old drunk. Um,
Is she a cosplayer? Because I could have sworn we confirmed that she was a transgender.
I thought it could be both. I don't know. I thought it was a cross
She
dresser, but
is.
it could be. Okay, so that's okay.
Bro, I originally
She
thought she
was
was
a
hag
transgender who worked at a cross-dressing bar.
That's confusing, but okay, understandable. I mean,
girl.
You're there, so you know Yori
I
qualify, so you
just
don't
call
really.
her the anti-Victor Victoria.
Oh Lord! Now that you saying that, well, that's the crazy nuance that Cone would throw out at us that would take us off guard. The fact that a transgender is working at a cross dressing bar, Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
I mean,
No wonder people are confusing them with transgenders.
it, I mean, technically, you're halfway. I mean, it fits. It fits. The shoe fits. The shoe fits. You know.
We have the
Well,
lovely man violator
it
plus
did lead
size.
to one of my favorite parts in the. Oh yeah, okay.
You'll continue, Humble, after Leia does her introduction.
Yes.
And that will be you, Leia.
Oh, now you'd have to let me in. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but I was in another stream, so I had to obligations with that one. But I just wouldn't hold anything up because I'm late. But I say good evening. This is Leia Plus I to Level Later Valor, and I'm here to participate in this conversation. I guess this is about animation and animators. So you guys go ahead and continue.
I mean, she was late because the man visits her on bended knee.
I'm not going to even respond to that because I feel like I'm walking in a trap. So I'm going to leave that alone.
And she said, "Wait." She said, "Hold that thought. I got a stream." Aww.
So,
Hand in pocket, he stands up and sits.
oh, good Lord.
He kicks his feet. He's like, "All right, fine.
Man's patient. Man's patient.
I'll go to Wingstop."
I'm not going to respond because I feel like I'm walking into a trap. So I'm going to.
I'm just making a play at your expense. He was not walking into anything at all.
Okay.
Just teasing you.
Well, I noticed you got the heat fixed. What's with the
Did I not tell you last stream this is gonna be our background for a time?
Oh, I didn't hear you. Not that I'm complaining. I actually like it. It's
I told you.
Smile on my face.
Soon as I saw that picture, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a background." It's gonna be a background from now on.
Oh, I didn't hear you when you said that, but I'm not complaining.
That profile, that shot, that camera, the centerfold, and just his pants just glistening, and them scrubber double washboard abs.
Not that I'm
face. Come on, isn't that what a woman like in a man?
Yes, like I said in the last stream. Can I get more of this, please?
They picked the right man to play as a He-Man.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with making He-Man. There's nothing wrong with making him sexy. Give us some masculine sex appeal here. Like I said this shot I like, so I'm not complaining.
See
I
where you
like
left
it.
off, humble, while you're catching
I
your
was
breath.
gonna say one of my favorite parts in the Tokyo Godfather film was they literally had lady dressed up like the blue fairy, and she's like, "Would you like a doctor or a miracle?" And the poor guy who ended up passing the alley was like, "A doctor," and she's like, "Well, I never." And it's blue fairy in front of the gay bar.
Tokyo Godfather remains like one of my favorite works from Satoshi Kon. It's also like it's a rather heartwarming like Christmas movie because in spite of the circumstances like in spite of the circumstances that led to where each of the characters are they actually they became a found family, especially when they're like protecting the baby they found.
And these guys have done a whole animation spotlight on that movie, so if you're curious as to what these guys' thoughts are, I wasn't there for that, but if you guys are curious of what these guys' thoughts on that, go check it out.
Well,
I,
since we're talking about it, share your thoughts about Tokyo Godfathers. Have you watched it, Final?
I have not.
Oh man, you need to fix. It'll make you appreciate Christmas even more, even if you already appreciate Christmas.
well, let's see. Pretty much, it's an example. With Tokyo Godfathers, it's an example of the superversive by like emphasizing like Christmas as a holiday and how and why it had endured for centuries.
And yes, it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, because you guys did it on Christmas Day, I know that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I will say like what is a relief. Like whenever people like talk about like Tokyo Godfathers, they're not trying to like turn it into something that it's not. Especially with one of the major characters is a cross dresser, and they're not trying to.
was a transgender.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because you. I'm sure because I remember like watching the movie multiple times, and it was a cross-dresser, not a transsexual.
Hmm. I have to rewatch it.
Yeah, because like even like Satoshi Kon, he didn't say that the second member of the trio like is transsexual. But that's beside the point. Why? Because like he's a memorable character.
Conversation.
To be fair, most anime artists leave things open to interpretation. And the part I really like about it is he referenced hobos, and one of the other things that you basically could have heard the voice actor say is, "You're telling this masculine man, act like a girl."
I mean, you're not wrong, and like the voice actor and like voice the character like did a good job.
We'll save you for last. Dom, go ahead, Leia. Your favorite animation, animator, or illustrator, or artist.
Well, for me, basically it's old fashioned. But when I think about animation, I think number one for me has always been Disney. The classic Disney, the Disney of the past, going all the way back to when we first saw Snow White, to Cinderella, to Sleeping Beauty, and then we got into the 90s when we had the Renaissance for Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin. So I would have to say Disney's animation has always been number one. There have been others that I've enjoyed, but not as much as I've enjoyed what Disney did. I always was a fan of their animation and their animation style and the look and beauty and their use of color. Like I said, too much for this one. I don't have too much to say on it because as far as animation, Disney is like always been number one for me. As far as an illustrator, I always liked, when Lord of the Rings came around and the movies were coming back, they did re-releases of some of the books, and I liked the illustrators. I wish I had pictures. I'm sorry, I don't. I'll see if I can find one before the stream is over. I liked how the animators did their own animated versions of certain episodes from the book or from the Hobbit or from Lord of the Rings, and or how they drew Hobbiton or how they drew Lothlorien or how they drew Galadriel. I've always enjoyed that. But my number one animation is Disney. It's just it's always been my favorite.
Well, back then, like with Walt, his brother, and the other founding members, like of Disney Animation, there's like they vetted their talents and see like if he or her like got what it takes like to make it in the business, but also to assist them in unleashing their full potential.
Well, it's the whole system. Snow White. We all know Snow White is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece because it's endured for so long. I mean, it's almost 100 years old, or I think it is 199 or something like that years. It's almost 100 years old, and it still holds up. And that whole process that Walt did, that they still use today, of using live action actors, the rotoscoping. Live action actors that would be called into a studio to act out the scene. The animators would watch them, and then they would draw the actions that the actors would do in the live scenes, and then they would animate what the live action actors were doing, and then syncing it up to what the voiceover actors were doing. At that time when Snow White first started, no one does that process, but now it became a big part of Disney animation. I was always fascinated by that, how they would have the actor come in and, Snow White, you're dancing with the dwarves, or Cinderella, you're running down the stairs. You're running with. All these little things the actors had to do, and it did start with Snow White, because when they did Snow White, they had a live actress come in, and she did some of the scenes, and the animators would sit down and they would draw the live actors doing the movements and doing all the expressions that Snow White had, and then they would take their drawings and transfer it to animation. I was always fascinated by that. I was always fascinated by that process of how they would do that. And as time went on, and they moved further up, and they into their animations with more of their characters. And I'm sorry that I stay so much on the princesses, but I do, because they're the most human-like. And when I was younger, I just found it so fascinating how they could take the movements of the human actors and animate them, which is why the characters seem so human-like in all of their animated films. And I always was fascinated by that process. So they would, or they would have, your Snow White, you're walking through the forest, or you're picking the flowers, and the animator would sit and draw the actress, and then it would transfer into animation. And even when we get down into the Renaissance, like Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, the actor or actress would act out the scenes. They're not talking, they're just doing the movements, and then they would animate that and turn that into animation. It's always been a fascination to me. So the process of bringing that character to life is really done by several people. You do have the person that does the voiceover, that's a part of the acting as well, but you also have the live action actors doing the acting, and then you have the animators transferring that action, drawing what they're seeing, and then transfer that action into the animation. So that's always been a fascinating process to me. And I think Disney had perfected that, going back as far as starting with Snow White, which just shows what a creative genius Disney was, Walt was, that we don't see much today. But he was really a creative genius.
You have something to comment, Marty?
Didn't quite a few. Sorry, I was just remembering something. If a few of those animation techniques had gotten used in a recent short film that was done by the music band Gorillaz, that was called The Mountain, the Moon Cave, and the Sad God short.
Yeah.
Or anything made by them in music videos, period. Just their music videos alone are also a spectacle to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Feel Good Inc. being their number one,
Definitely.
and just seeing how they tend to continue to upstage. You know, what's the word?
Animated bands.
No. They continue to elevate themselves even more every music video that they put out when they switch up the styles, or at the very least mix them up, where some characters are 3D, some are 2D, some are, you know, in a way
Stop motion.
stop motion, or possibly rotoscoped. So they always experiment, and they blend
At
them
one part,
seamlessly.
they
Live.
had, I think, at one point they even had Ace from the Gang Green game.
Apparently, they bring in some well-known characters as well. Crossovers. They do
Yep.
crossover scenes.
Sorry, I
Oh, don't apologize.
The mixture of the live action and the animation also it's just amazing to behold. Like, you look at back some of the stuff, it's, you know, some of it still holds up. Not Feel Good Inc. What was it? Demon Days?
Demon Days.
No, Demon Days was the name of the album, right?
Oh yeah. Demon Days is the name of their album. Like the song from it.
What was that one where Noodle was just by herself dancing, and there was his head singing? What was it called?
Crap. The name should not be escaping me.
Hold on. Look at that. You guys know, blur it out. Ultra, you're killing me, man. You should know it.
No, what?
Clint Eastwood song.
No, it's not Clint Eastwood.
That's their more iconic song.
No, it's not. That.
You're talking about the gorillas. The was it the mountain, the god, the stag god, the mountain, and
Yeah, she mentioned that earlier, but I was bringing up
That's their newest. Oh, Dare.
yeah, there we go, Dare.
I don't think I've listened to all the recent gorilla songs.
I was just about to highlight it.
Actually, when we was brought up the animators, I remember the names Richard Williams, and Milt Kahn or Call, Kahl, Milt Call.
Oh, Cole. Milt Cole.
Cole, yeah, Milt Cole and Richard Williams.
Gorillas.
Like those are the guys that. They were talking about Disney animators. They were like one of the biggest ones there.
Like to this day, like they remain like one of like the greatest artists and animators of all time, and yet you hardly hear anyone talk about them.
Yeah, I think because I would say the work speaks for them,
Right.
but you also could say like not a lot of people know like animators. You know, well, Milt, because you look up who Milt was, and Richard talks about on like I think there's the animations stuff in Thailand when Richard was talking about like him working with Milt. Milt did have like a temper. He's an old guy.
Yeah.
He walked with he walked hunched for sort of like yes, I'm wrong with his back. I remember Richard asked him if he listens to music while he tries to work, and Milt just fucking burnt out. And I was like, I ain't got time for that shit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that is still pretty funny.
That was like the thing's point. Like Brad Bird talks about, like guy was tough, but he was gentle. He's just an old school guy, and that's how he talked.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like his work on the Rescuers and stuff. You could tell how he puts a lot of detail and stuff that would make the animators cry. So like how difficult it was done, but he did it. He trains people. They did it.
Mm-hmm. Dude, like the Rescuers remains like one of my favorite like movies like from Disney, and not like people feel like not people know that it's actually an adaptation like of a book series.
Yeah, I remember reading up on what this. The book is like. The movie and the book are radically different because it involved like Soviet Union spies and gun like boat chases and shit. So like, yeah, no, it's takes so many ideas, but they couldn't probably use the Soviet shit because of the Cold War.
Yeah,
But
so it's understandable for why like they had to make those changes. Yet, yeah, like those changes actually helped the movie.
yeah, I remember watching the sequel more
That would
because more
explain
available.
why they had the nudie magazine picture of the animation.
Exactly. Animators are horn
Sorry.
dogs. It is proven. But I remember too watching Rescuers 2 Down Under,
I
and it
was
just
more,
shows how vile Australia is.
Yeah,
I always preferred the sequel to the original.
Yeah, the original one's is okay.
It's
Animation's
nothing
great.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with the
It's
original.
not as exciting as the sequel, which
I mean,
the villain. Yeah,
the villain's
I
more.
think
It's just the fact that the sequel suffers from bigger was better.
which
Yeah.
was
It got big for the right reasons, and it benefited from it.
uh-huh.
and plus
Yeah,
the villain's a lot more memorable than the first
yeah,
one.
yeah, because with Down Under, like it does like one. Essentially, it's a sequel done right? Because you're not only expanding on and as well as enhancing like the strengths of the first movie, but you're telling a new story, so that is not a repeat of what happened and in the last one.
Yeah, Joanna, did you know my age? He's a little bastard, fucking Almander. He has a pet.
Yep.
Freaking Mark.
McLeets, I think McLeets was his
Leash.
name.
Home on the range, where the deer
Now,
and the ant all
I-
play.
Now that
okay,
was
I remember watching Home on the Range like back in elementary school, and we watching like during high school and eventually like in my 20s. It's not a terrible movie that came out like post Renaissance. At the same time, like there were.
Oh,
Hold
what
up.
the? It's a dog.
You know he got dogs. Come on now, man.
It does have one of the best DVD commentaries.
why? What happens?
Because you end up getting these little details, like, for example, for when they wanted to do a reference to a cattle drive, they literally had a people literally drive cattle on horseback.
That was getting pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, what I was saying earlier before I had to mute myself to take care of the dogs. No, like Home on the Range like, is not a terrible movie that came out post Renaissance. However, like one of the issues that people point out in the critiques is it's not boring, but it was trying to do like one too many plot points. Like
Oh,
like
very
it was it was made like as an homage to both like Western and spaghetti westerns by Sergio Leone. You know, and yet like how it was executed, like it could have been done better, like as an homage to westerns.
You're a little bit too hopeful there.
And what the one thing the movie did have going for it was a bit of humor, considering one of the reasons the yodeler was defeated was because one of those cattle was
Alameda
bone
Slim.
deaf. Yes, Alameda Slim. Tie
I just
3
remember
cows
that.
to some random stranger's cart, and the guy's like, oh, goody, free cows. Then one of them starts singing, and he's like, oh my gosh, they're dying. No wonder they're free.
Yeah, but like his origins, how he came to be, like it was like a real estate, like a real estater, and then he became like a cow rancher, like taking like the animals up from the farms. That's like very flimsy. Like this is the best origins that you can give to your villain.
I mean, the cut content is he's a soldier from Wounded Knee. I don't think that would work for the Disney film. So they
Oh,
probably
you're right, dude. Actually, I remember like when I was like actually watching and reading like the history of the production history of Home on the Range, and when I saw upon that, my response was, why didn't you keep this? Because like at that time, like not a lot of people actually know of the Battle of Wounded Knee.
wait, was he actually a vet from Wounded Knee? I was joking, like, oh my god, did he actually do this? wait, time out. Does that mean
That
he
would have been
yodeled while he
pretty
was
good.
shooting natives? Was he going down natives while yodeling? That was some real shit. Men's
Consider
you're being
this is a spaghetti
genocided.
western starring cows.
Oh my god, it'd be so funny. You're trying to dodge the feds, and you hear someone go, yeah. You're like, walk in your fucking chief and gets his head canoed by some fat ass. Now you go spaghetti western. That's how you do.
I think the scariest.
Yodel being
The most honest Disney movie.
I think the scariest part would have been he'd have been to control traffic.
Right?
Oh my god, he hypnotizes them to stand lines and execute them. So that's actually terrifying. That's that Disney. That's like trying to Tarantino shit.
Right? That's actually more of Disney. Of Disney like trying to be like their competitor like DreamWorks, because at the time like they were actually well, them and Don Bluth were giving a run for Disney's money.
Yeah,
Now that-
but I know I like Princess and the Frog. That was their last one, right? 2D wise.
The last objectively good movie that came out of Disney, and also done in 2D animation.
Yeah, their last 2D
the
movie.
terrifying
I would
Or
argue
is-
Tangled is that, but
he could just
Well,
use the. Mm-hmm.
but
Humble.
the music like still holds up.
Yeah, Humble. What are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you were
Yes,
saying.
I'm
that
saying
you were saying something where everyone else was talking over them, over you.
The wall. Oh, well, I was just thinking about how scary it would be since during the West, cattle were probably the most prominent feature throughout that area. He would be your comic book villain in a Western.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he
Control
would.
army of cows. Yeah.
Well, actually, when you think about it, he would actually be the frontier age equivalent of the Music Meister from Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
Jesus, yeah, we are still on Home on the Range.
Well, I was going to bring. We brought up Princess and the Frog, but Humble
Yeah,
was
but
saying something.
No. Well, she was making a comment. That Alameda Slim, he would actually be a comic book Western villain.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then Princess and the Frog, being that's the last 2D, and the animation is good. Sucks and it got as popular as Frozen. I don't know why Frozen got so popular, but Princess and the Frog,
Overhyped and overrated.
yeah, sure, I agree. I like Tangled more. 3D Tangled was funnier.
yeah.
But Princess and the Frog, I like the 1920s, 30s, like Louisiana, New Orleans.
1920s.
1920s, okay, yeah, after World War One, yeah. 1920s with the Cajun accents and like Louisiana, like French Bayou, and I really like the vibe. I mean, it's a vibe of the film. I like Dr. Fleazier.
Well, Facilier. Yeah, no, he remains like one of the best written villains in fiction, not just in the medium of animation.
Speaking of animation and points to the director and animators, how he presents himself in public and private is really well done. Because
I
when
agree.
he's going through the prince and all that, like, but he wants everyone has seen the film, right?
Yes.
Versus
Yes, yes. Mhm.
like when he's talking to the prince or when he's out in public, he stands up straight. He's all fancy fair, and how he presents himself. But the second he's with the fat fucking bastard butler, he slouches. He's mad as shit. He slouches all the time. He has no good posture. It's a very simple storytelling how he is, but it's actually really well done. It's like if you don't like, you may have not noticed, but your brain did. So you're like, oh, so this is he's a trickster. It's all an act. The second the eyes are away, do acts not as civilized. He doesn't have that pump constantly. He's a con man,
Hmm.
which adds to his character.
The
Also,
mask.
I really like how the
Combat.
shadow. Yeah, he's a con man. He's a shadow man. It dealt with how to deal with shadows, like interacting with people.
Yeah.
I really liked. First of all, I do find it funny. The second the Amulet got destroyed, the demons jumped his ass. I mean,
Yes.
not even that shit wasn't even cold, and they jumped him immediately. Like they were. I mean, technically, the demons would it wouldn't win for the demons if Doctor made it and they own Louisiana. It's a win. If he fucked up and he got his shit destroyed, it's still a win. They still win in the end. It's just the degree of winning. They still get something out of it. Um, I like the songs. I really like what I really like about the film is apart from the main girl, her friend and her father, the
Oh
rich guy.
yeah.
Let
Yeah, Charlotte, Yarlette. She's spoiled, and yeah, you can say she's a spoiled girl, but she wasn't. She's not a bad person. She's just,
No. Neither her nor her family.
which
She
is
was.
weird. It's like this is like,
I don't even know this. She was spoiled, but I agree with you. She was likable. She wasn't spoiled and hateful. She wasn't
but
like
she's a good friend.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, a
great
great
friend.
a great friend, and well, that's another aspect of what I appreciate about Prince and the Frog, because it's not only is it like a fantasy comedy, but it's a historical fantasy of 1920s, like Disney back then. Like if they portray what that era was like, and what it was like, it didn't censor nor politically correct anything.
Well, the thing is, like, I know they probably didn't play like any like racist aspects, being like the 1930s Louisiana probably had some, but
like a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, but
a little bit like in the background, but they were not. They're not the focus, nor like did it take people away from the immersion.
A lot of
well,
the
the
black
thing,
was
well,
hating
things like
like that. It's
the
like, it didn't need to.
it didn't need to, but it was hinted. I know Doctor mentioned it like in passing, but the father and Charlotte's father, being he's a rich white guy, from like Louisiana, and the thing
Oh,
is they knew
Big Daddy LeBeau.
LeBeau, yeah, French, but
Yeah,
I think it's
Big Daddy. Just call him Big Daddy.
yeah, Daddy, give me my money. Well, he wants to eat those beignets, but he never got a chance to. But
No.
he stunk his shit. But like they mentioned, like the parents, Big Daddy and knew the
Charlotte?
father of Charlotte, knew the father. They knew each other for like I assume during the war, being this is like 1930s.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like
which is
like her, like him and Tiana's dad. Like they knew each other because they actually fought like during World War One.
yeah, and it's yeah, which is kind of like that's a blink and you miss a detail, but I do like that's why he always visits the diner she works at, and he's just a chill dude.
He really is. He
And
really is.
It's,
he's kind of like other nice people. Charlotte tries to help her teenage Tiana, like she still tries to hold the kissing the prince to cure him, and she thought she tried her best, but fucking it up. Um, it's just a really solid film, very good, and there's a lot. Africa has a lot of visual gags in it that fucking when I watched it, I probably did pick up on. But like Charlotte, when when she's at the ball the first time, she's talking to one of the boys who's like trying to put the moves on her. She goes like,
Yeah,
"There's more Phillies in there's more Phillies in the stable. Go out and impress them." Or when the friend shows up, she's on top of the stairwell, and she just quickly runs down the stairwell. It's just fucking like full speed, runs down the goddamn stairwell to meet her prince. That she kept
Yep.
fucking up trying to meet her the first time.
yeah.
Like
That should be
it's
a record speeding time, just having to go down the
it,
stairs
it,
that freaking fast.
I know,
it
right?
is it's a funny little gag. I'm like, he gets a laugh out of me. She's trying to play the whole princess thing, and just not working well.
Speaking
It's
of
really well done.
speaking of record-breaking clearing stairs, going back to Ghibli for a bit, that one scene where Chihiro runs down the stairs, well, always cracks me up. Is her creeping down that stairs, trying to see where to go to do her job, and, and soon as she just takes that step, one of the steps just gives out. She just go breakneck speed. You just see her just running and screaming and crashing into the wall like a cartoon character.
I mean, she was dealing with ghosts and shit, and her parents were turning into pigs.
Yep.
So she's going through a lot. Okay, for like a 70-year-old, she saw some shit she probably should not be seeing.
Yes, she has.
I just know what was it, polio, when she really likes ham. She like to the point she's
Damn!
homicidal. She's homicidal for the ham. She likes bacon. She will genocide a whole town to get some bacon strips. I respect the hustle, but was it Grave of the Fireflies? That's just
Oh
depressing.
Lord.
Good animation. It's not as messed up as Barefoot Gen.
Oh no.
That's
Oh,
way more
dude.
bad.
Oh
That's devastating.
Yeah,
Most of you
yeah, right. Oh,
no.
and actually, I gotta tell you, like, I was happy to see that manga series finally be not only be reprinted, but also finally receive an English translation after all these years. Because at the time, like you can hardly pick it up anywhere.
Yeah, it's such a good. I mean, like the whole like first having Barefoot Gen's like, oh, there are these little kids having an adventure, and then Atom Bomb, and then
Yeah, like, oh,
their sibling dies, and it's just hell.
right.
It is hell.
Like immediately when you turn that page, it's like, oh, this is actually this type of story.
We're in this circle of hell now. I understand.
This is this is basically this is basically the ground level to the opening to Akira.
Yeah.
Only said that was
Yeah.
like glass.
With little shrunken in faces, yet here everyone represents the bike's life. Like the movies, I know they cut a lot from the movie because the manga has like a lot more going on with the weird
Mhm.
beefy people.
Yeah.
Which they had to cut because understandable. Good God, it gets very
Uh-huh.
convoluted. I mean, Eric Kira's good. I mean, Ghost in the Shell.
Yikes.
Ghost in the Shell. I mean, like, such a good movie. And I remember watching. I saw the scene where she's fighting the spider tank at the end. And the animations of her disassembling her gun to put like modifications in, and the sound, and just so well pasted. In that fight, it's just it goes to the show one of the best anime movies ever made.
Milestone.
It is
Just straight.
it is a milestone.
Definitely a milestone, and not just in the art and animation department, but also in writing as well as editing.
Not even that, even like really define the cyberpunk genre and what it's supposed to look like, or at least like the vibe of it. You think of cyberpunk, you think of Ghost in the Shell, and that being that
Yeah.
cyberpunk 2077 in 2025 took a lot from that
Hmm.
and how that worked out. It's just so well done. It makes me mad when I see other anime shows that does not hit that peak. Yeah, I know it's like unfair, but like, you gave me a sirloin. You gave me a ribeye. Yesterday. Now I'm getting like a McDonald's burger. I mean, it's still good. I'm full, but like, the quality's low. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm thinking
Right?
of what recent anime comes close to that.
They've got a new Ghost in the Shell anime coming out, if I
Which
remember.
Yeah, there's probably more
yeah, and
quality
then
the manga.
yeah, and I was like, well, the new as Ultra, so like the new adaptation will be more faithful to the manga. Essentially, it's receiving Brotherhood treatment. So, and I will say it's gonna be interesting to watch the reactions, not just from people who have not read the source material.
We might get that
People who are so
after
used to
all.
serious Motoko, that's gonna be fun.
When she's a
Right.
failure person.
Right, that was pretty much like my reaction. Like when like word got out of Stone Ocean finally receiving his anime adaptation after all these years. That was pretty much my response. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on the anime only faces.
I remember watching a little bit of Angel Cop. That animation's so good in that one. It's so
Oh
fucking
my
stupid.
lord!
I mean, like, every time you would rewatch Angel Cop, like it looks and feels brand new.
It's just like, I mean, I guess like in the 1980s, 90s,
Let's
like
get
Japan
to
was
where
like that
we
vibe.
can actually have something for Leia to jump in on. We can nerd out some first time.
I
No,
just want to talk about the scene where she shoots the three terrorists and
Go
she
ahead.
uses that bullshit hand cannon and
Oh
she,
yeah, that
okay,
moment.
okay, she shoots the terrorist girl like twice in the chest and one in the head. Well, one in the head and twice in the chest. And the guy's like, "Man, she's so like, yeah, she, three in the two in the chest, one in the head, professional job." And I go, one bullet, and that girl's spine was hitting the wall. You needed one. You didn't need the other two. You need the one.
It,
There is
oh,
no kill like overkill.
not only
And,
that, but it helped us that reminds of the audience of how much of a badass she is.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I like the vibe. I mean, like old like anime during like 80s and
We
90s had that
seriously
steady vibe.
need a Doom. We need a Doom game adaptation of that freaking anime.
That
Ooh,
that'd be fun.
it would be fun. Well,
I want to see a game. That'd be fun.
it would be. Well, that's like, but on another note, like even like before for the Disney Renaissance, like during Disney's Dark Age, like there were still some good material that came out of it, and in spite of like how things turned out with the adaptation of the Heroes of Prydain, which became like the Black Cauldron, it yeah it seems like gained a cult following.
Yeah, mostly with the villain, the Horned King. That's like
The
one of
Horned King,
the.
yeah,
And the rest is like very, Disneyfied with the weird fucking hairy goblin creature and the
yeah.
princess, and, which
Well,
like they're fun.
one of the major mistakes in adapting in having the Heroes of Prydain is they trying to compress like all the books like into one movie, and like dude, you can't do that. If you're adapting a book series, you start with the first, obviously the first entry.
Yeah, yeah, it's like just, a lot of people do that, but it combine several books into one. But I mean, like again, like 2D animation really shows it has a more timeless feel.
Hmm.
It doesn't get affected like if you do like 3D, it little looks bad. Like a lot of 3D animation does like the like older ones does look, I mean, charming in their own way, but it looks bad because it doesn't really
Mm.
age well. Like 2D being it doesn't rely too much on technology and it's usually on the craft of the artist. You can have a more it can transcend the time it was made into the future generations.
Absolutely. I mean, heck, look at the Goofy movie, a film sequel to the TV series Goof Troop. And yet to this day, whenever I watched it, so like or watch it for the first time, it looks and feels brand new because of the writing, the characters, and of course, the soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that's set in the '90s with some of the stuff, but like you could tell, like, yeah, this is just like Midwest Americana,
Hmm.
suburban. Like Goofy works at like a photo shop at like a CVS.
In the mall, yeah.
It doesn't exist anymore, so you can tell that's dated. But like it's a fun it's great. I mean, the sequel was when they're in college, and Goofy is part of a
In the
fraternity
toy
cult.
factory.
Yeah, toy factory.
And then eventually he joined like the Gammas, like the fraternity, like who were
Yeah,
like rivals like to Max and his friends.
yeah, I really like the main villain of that was so funny. The
Brad,
animators were
yes.
crazy with the facial animations. I mean, it looks like 2 seconds away from just airing out the whole college. he
Right.
just he just made it look just like a demon. I mean, it's actually speaking of, like crazy facial animations. Cats don't dance.
Catskill
Um,
Dance, dude. That is another like
I love that
a
one.
great. It's a great animated movie, and that's
yeah,
crazy that when it was released, like people didn't look at it favorably. But then as time went on, they realized, oh wait, we were wrong about you.
Can you feel the power now? The day
The
is
soundtrack, top tier.
make a little
like the
history.
And actually, for a
uh,
while, I actually didn't know that Darla's butler Max, as it was being voiced by the director of the movie.
I did not know that. That's just kind of funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
mean,
thing is, like
hey,
Like you think I go.
Dimple, meow.
right? I mean, heck, I mean, like Brad Bird, where like he ended up being the voice of Edna while he was still directing the Incredibles. And when I learned that, like, oh wow, I thought that was a woman. Wait, but that's Brad Bird. Like, good job.
Yeah, I remember because like with facial animations with Max is so good, being that he only talks with like his lips, his mouth doesn't really
Yep.
move.
Right.
Um, Darlie Dimple, the animators were like on crack when they did her animations because her face,
Right.
she's like every like almost every facial animation like she's on screen is like her face is contorting. She looks like a complete goblin. Um, like was it when she had what was it Danny, the
Danny.
main character? Well, I think Scott Bakula voices him.
Yeah. It's Scott
Well,
Bakula, who not only for the
okay,
speaking, but as well as the singing voice, because he,
I
he is
did.
is a musician.
I didn't expect the captain of the Enterprise to be voicing a cat, but the when she invites them to her manor, and they're like she's obviously trying to set them up for something. And
Hmm.
one of the scenes that makes my laugh my ass off is when it like zooms on her face when he's like trying to talk, like set up a thing. He's completely oblivious because he's a goddamn moron. But she's obviously getting like her sanity slowly cracking, and her eyes are like turning red, like her
Yep.
irises are like turning red a little bit, like she's twitching. Or
Just wait
when was
for him to say yes. Single
yeah.
breath.
Oh God! Or was it
She's
when she's trying to
so
sabotage the last show at the end?
Yeah, it's the last show.
she's basically the darker. She's basically a dark parody of Shirley Temple with hints that
I mean, which to be fair, that was actually the intent of the creative team behind her creation.
exactly.
What if Shirley Temple was the Antichrist? And she's just like she's a complete gremlin. That's not unreasonable. We talk about good animations because I think Lauren Frost, who she does with her
Lauren
husband,
Faust, yes, yes,
she
she
was
was
involved in.
actually she was one of the animators for Cats Don't Dance.
Oh,
Holy
there's probably
crap!
like a lot of animators that like show up in the TV show now that was involved in that movie, and the animation is it's very very fluid.
Yeah, I mean,
Voice of Warner Brothers.
it's very like reminiscent of like Rubber Hose cartoons.
Well, because it was
Right.
under the Warner Brothers animation studios that do like Looney Tunes, so that's where they got a lot of their inspirations, a lot of the experience from.
Look here,
And
homeboy.
Hmm?
If y'all are done jerking each other off, I think
Oh,
Fun will have something to say by now.
About what?
Anything.
What?
Alright. While we're talking animation, um, I like to talk about with a specific kind of animation, specifically with the what's it called? Um, what's it called with the that Midway used to do for the Mortal Kombat games?
Uh, was it the name of that was digital art or digitalizing, rotoscoping? I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. They use the
Yeah, that one.
digitalizing. Yes. Um, that one I would actually have to. I'd give this as an honorable mention, just to give us some respects for the actors that actually had all the performances or trying to do all the motion work for that. You know, trying to do some of the poses for that and doing some of the animation for that. And you could tell these guys love doing this stuff. You could even see it. You could even see it from the creator's passion for that. Because back when Mortal Kombat actually had a lot of stuff going on for it, even when we get to the 3D era Mortal Kombat games, you can see the passion within that these guys wanted to give you something great with this whilst actually giving you a great game. Also with some good story, but some good story behind that too. Even when we get to the expanded stuff, ever since Deadly Alliance, which Mortal Kombat 2011 had something going for it with its animation being more fluid and whatnot, and the actors
Yep.
did a
Stay
pretty good
focused a
job.
little bit.
And I'm trying. Shut up. The actors did try to do something good with that, and frankly, because a lot of them have been in Mortal Kombat vs. DCU, which did that, or most of them there's something in there that had been missing ever since Armageddon, and it's that a lot of it didn't even matter anymore when it really did. Because within the universe of Mortal Kombat, if you actually followed through this from the arcade era to the 3D era, and actually played through that, you actually got invested within its own world. Because John Tobias, being the creative genius behind a lot of the stuff till 2000, he wanted to give a story and actually give context to everything that's been going around when it comes to certain characters within certain worlds and where characters come from.
You need time to breathe.
I'm trying to think.
I mean, they
Uh,
don't do digital art anymore. They do motion capture.
yeah,
Well, the thing is, what Final was getting across from is the fact that they used live things to create those worlds. Some of the some of the environments that they had were pretty much like painted on environments that they capture on photos, or at least sourced from photos. And they some of them they painted over, some of them they stitched together and painted over, and built those environments from the tournament ring to even the dungeon, and in later games like Mortal Kombat 3, I believe, New York City, the
it was in Chicago because
like
Mortal Kombat.
I
Yeah,
think
Mortal Kombat 9 was made it into Chicago, but Mortal Kombat 3, or no, Mortal Kombat 9 made it into New York, but Mortal Kombat 3 it was in Chicago because that's where Midway was founded.
well, whatever. Bottom line is they took real life environments, and they digitized them, or at best painted them over to make them look as good as they did on limited hardware, mind you, both the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. The mere fact that decades later they would get remasters via the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation was also a technical marvel as well, you know. Everything they did, pretty much that whole game was pretty much grassroots build it yourself construction from top to bottom. Heck, the only character that was the most unique out of everybody, aside from the actors being digitized, was Goro himself, the Shotokan prince
Mhm.
from Outworld, and he was just a miniature maquette that they digitized and used stop motion for.
Yeah, because this was done even the same way with Kintaro in 2 and Moltaro in 3.
Hmm. And since you're bringing up fighting games, I'll bring up another fighting game that was coming out. That
Uh,
was
Humble, are you sleeping?
I thought I heard somebody's. Oh dear.
No.
Oh,
I
that
can
you?
hear it too, but
Someone is.
no. I actually took out my microphone. Someone's nose
breathing on the
has
mic.
a hair in it. That's what it sounds like.
But I'll give you another
My
fighting game.
mic is like pushed back.
I'll give you another fighting game that was being made as well. That's also a technical marvel in it and a technical achievement in itself. Not King of Killer Instinct.
Mm.
Killer Instinct creators were also the proponents of Donkey Kong, mind you. They also helped on Donkey Kong because they're part of Rare.
Mm.
But in the case of Killer Instincts, they were their fighters were specifically almost three dimensional models. That's what made them more unique in their creation. That's not to say to downplay Midway's achievements. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, what I'm trying to put a spotlight on is that there was a lot of creators back then that had achievements because they had the mind, the focus, and the know how to do it, and they did it in such a way that impressed people for so many years, and it will continue to impress people now that there's people out here making documentaries or pseudo documentaries or essays about this stuff. So people who worked on Killer Instinct, going forward, you gotta admit that was also a technical achievement as well. Same thing goes for any party that was trying to get a fighting game out, like say for instance Primal Rage. And Primal Rage, that pretty much look like claymation in motion. You're basically fighting clay monsters that bled all the same and piss acid on you. I'm not lying on that one. He had acid piss. It's supposed to be a joke, but moving on. So you're right, final on that
Acid
front,
rain, flush the body.
right? You're right on that front about Mortal Kombat and the creators behind that. Now, the only reason why I'm saying focus on the good, just sticks to the good because we're here to highlight that stuff.
I mean,
Let us
yeah,
know
that's what.
that
Yeah,
everybody.
that's why I gave the credit to even with Mortal Kombat 2011 that the voice actors did do a good job and they did the best with what they got. But then again, that passion was just not there.
Oh darn! And now that we're on the subject of video games, think about the video games of old back in the days, especially the PS1 and 64 eras. The fact that they were able to convey so much atmosphere and storytelling with a limited polygon count for those like again what we talk about a lot, Resident Evil, specifically Resident Evil 2, when it debuted after Resident Evil 1. That whole entire sequence of openers, both Leon's opener and Claire's openers, were done in 3 dimensions, right? Or say, for instance, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, the main times that they had intros, and you see Laura moving the way she does, and it just grips you. The way how they were able to digitally create environments like jungles and ruins, even cityscapes. Another one to note is Armor Core. I love to bring up Armor Core. I mean,
Hmm?
the first Armor Core opens up with a gunfight in what seems to be a parking garage, or at least a parking lot, and it's just big robots just duking it out, blowing each other to bits. I guess so. Ultra, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake. I'm listening.
You're breathing a little hard there. Wait, that ain't you then.
I hear it
No,
too. I'm not
Me.
sure where that's.
I only hear what you're hearing, so I don't know.
Is
Can't
it?
be mine.
It's certainly not me.
I guess. I'll
Is
keep
It's a
listening.
ghost.
is Dom okay?
No, his mic's muted. There's no way it could be him.
Oh, okay.
Either way, we're gonna
Mhm.
keep continuing. Yeah, I bring up Armor Core 2 and a lot of other games. Just there's been a history, a stretch of history of games in presentation. Like, even heck, when we even move into PS2, where we're starting to add more details to the graphics. I mean, look no further than Onimusha Warlords opening. My lord, it's pretty much it's like a art it's like an art house piece in that intro. You got the art. Please excuse my wife.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much an art masterpiece, like an art house. You got the day in life of whatever location in Japan. You get some very metaphors of life and death in the beginning of that opening. With the praying mantis feasting on a moth, and then you got the decayed corpse that gets run over by a horse in the wake of a battle of two armies, Nobunaga Oda's army, and I don't remember which shogun that was meeting him in his conquest, but heading that that meet was someone named Keshi. And you see him, you're basically seeing who you're going to be playing for that game, the main character, and you see him doing his cool shit, you know. But of course, you also see how dire the situation is when the leader of the army gets killed. But also, you see Nobunaga get killed too in the same way. And I always crack up when every time he takes that arrow to the neck. It's like you just won the war, but you lost your life. Just shows how it kind of display how fleeting life is in Japan. It displayed it really well. Now I'm kind of I wouldn't say I'm fluent in Japanese culture or Japanese practices like, but I have some understanding to it.
Hmm.
I was like, Jesus. I mean, fine, I'm sure you've seen that opener, haven't you?
Nah, because I wasn't all that big into Onimusha, but
You need to check out Onimusha, especially if you want to check out Capcom back when it was good and pure. Shoot, the opening to Dino Crisis, that was something. I mean, just them trekking through a dark facility, and then one of their crewmates just get randomly uh I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys can hear that.
Oh, it's okay. It's it's not that loud.
No, it's just the fact that somehow, for some reason, she decides to play the beginning multiple times, and she finally let it play. I don't know why, but I love her. Anyways, what I'm getting at is there's a lot of things we marvel when it comes to illustrations, animation. We didn't even really touch on illustrations that much, have we?
No.
Really scratch the surface, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's probably my turn to finally jump in and share my favorite stuff. But I'm
Go ahead.
guessing I was probably drip feeding it anyways here and there. Not to sound arrogant or anything, but I mean, can we not talk about the Timverse, Bruce Tim and his team? Can we not talk
Well,
about that? Is
I
that
guess
we
like
we're
haven't.
talking about the Timbers.
Well, I haven't said anything about that.
I was saying? Like, can we reminisce on that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, cause like, what's stopping you?
No, no one's stopping you.
I'm saying that as a joke.
Well, to be fair,
Of
fair
course, we're
like
gonna talk
yeah,
about the Timverse.
well, to be
And
fair,
you
real like with how the
send
DC
it.
animated universe
It's
came.
my turn. I'm holding the ball.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
throw the
saying,
ball
I'm just
back at
saying,
you when I'm ready.
that Paul Dini, he was the head, he was the head
You gonna
honcho of the
get me
whole
asked for
thing.
that trivia? We're gonna call you a computer one day. Computer Dom.
Why does mommy and daddy fight? You're breaking this family apart.
Let them fight, son.
Don't forget to breathe.
Grandpa probably. No, but like, you're right though. Paul Dini is a great man, along with Bruce Tim, and just in spite of his peculiarities and the like,
Yeah.
they really brought something special when they brought in when they developed Batman the Animated Series. That fluid animation, most of it was outsourced to Korean animators as well, as opposed to their animations, right? Okay, Don, jump
Or sure,
to confirm.
yes, that's going like back then, like whenever like animators and writers like they offshore their works like outside of the West, was like they would turn to Japanese animation studios.
Yeah,
It's because you don't hear at that time you don't hear like a lot of studios outsourcing their works to Korean animation studios.
I thought they did. I could have sworn in Jay's reviews he pointed that out that they outsourced it to a Korean studio at one point, and they were kind of like they had to drop them because they were being very inconsistent in their animation, and there were times where colorization was an issue, text box was an issue. Well, text basically, but I mean, just the marvel of what they achieved with the walk animations, the facial expressions, especially when Bruce is out of suit. Like, come on now, Bruce is an
Mm-hmm.
entirely different character separate from Batman. They're almost two different people when you see their demeanor and their posture, the way how the late and amazing. Now I'm like Kevin Conroy, was able to translate his voice differently from how he spoke as Bruce compared to how he spoke as Batman. That suave, soft, kind of fast talk kind of voice that he does with as Bruce, than that kind of gruff, deep, methodical voice when he's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he comes from I would want to go on IMDb and look up the some quotes, but I probably won't do it tonight. I mean, I'm off tomorrow, but you guys probably got some things to do tomorrow, so I ain't gonna waste too much time doing that. But you know, there are moments where his childishness comes into play as Bruce to mask the identity, right?
Excuse me. Yep.
Of course, you get his I am the vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. But you know, voice acting is an art, but I think we'll have to save that talk for when we actually dive deep into voice acting. Because I was about to go on to mentioning how his voice transformed over the years as Batman, right?
Mm.
But I'm not going to do that here.
Yeah.
I'd rather we discuss that when. I mean, I should have brought that up when we talked about Kevin Conroy, but we'll save it for voice acting.
We touched on it a little bit when we did a tribute to him when he passed, but yeah, like you say, if you want to go more in depth into
I don't think I
his,
brought up. I
yeah,
don't think I brought it up during that stream about how his voice transformed over the years, where you could easily tell that he upgraded when he got to Justice League. Because just a little quick snippet. His voice sounds far different than how he sang in Justice League than how he did in Batman the Animated Series. You can easily tell that there was a difference. Now I don't want to get zero in too much on Batman the Animated Series, but which is why I'm going to make the transition to Superman the Animated Series. Like my lord, like that's where they kind of really stretched their chops. Like New Batman Adventures is where they really hit it big too. But Superman the Animated Series, my lord, the way how they animate Superman when he zips across the screen when he does the super speed and that whoosh sound, like wow, I think that's one of my favorite aspects of that show is when they do that, when they go and it's just so simple like that. You just go you know. Just the moment he just zip across the screen, just I was like, oh my lord, how many minutes to an hour did it take for them to get that right? Even when he flies, just my lord, like Man of Steel cannot impress me with that, because every time they do that, it almost sounds like a ball rocket launching in the air. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always hate that ball rocket noise whenever it takes off in Man of Steel. Granted, I do like James Gunn's Superman when he flies, it goes or it's like that don't sound like no ball rocket. That sounds like a rocket. Now I'm not talking about no rocket. I'm talking about the science project rocket that go. Like somebody took.
It sounds like something heavy breaking the scene of light.
Yeah. Whereas freaking Man Steel, I'm like, man, that's a wet fart of a rocket. But like I said, not here to talk about
a wet fart rocket.
A wet fart rocket. Sounded exciting at first.
Short rocket. Shock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounded exciting at first, but ended in disaster. Like most men. Kidding, kidding. I love my brothers. But y'all need to step up your game. Just saying. You need that friend like me to tell you step up your game, brother. Anyways, uh, start with the good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's continue with the good. I mean, heck, even yeah. I mentioned Justice League. Let's get even Justice League. Like so many sound effects and a lot of great animations there. Like even Aquaman swimming, even
Mm-hmm.
in Justice League when they have that episode reintroducing him into Justice League,
Yeah,
even though
because
he in
he
Superman
made
series.
his first appearance in Superman the Animated Series.
I just said that, but thank you for echoing me.
No, but his reintroduction to the DC animated universe remains like spot on, like from the animated series. And the fact that Dini and the team actually went with how Arthur like lost his hand, which is how he lost his different from the source material, but at least like how he lost it was to save his son.
Who can remember that scene where he returns with his son and Mira looks back at him? You see that stub, on the stub of an arm, and that when the music just drops, emphasizing his sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, that takes a strong man to save his baby, walk up to his wife, and show his severed hand. Damn, Ooh,
Hmm.
that's a man. That is a man.
Indeed. And like the good news is like their son remained alive instead of being killed by Black Manta.
My word. We had some good men back in the days.
In animation as well as in comics, books, and every other medium.
Now I will say,
The one thing I am liking recently on animation trends is the older guys hyping up their younger juniors. And they've
Yeah,
done that
I
with
would
the Disney movie Hoppers
I noticed that too.
and the Sony animation Goat.
I watched those two movies. Please, I'll say with Hoppers like it's better than Elio, even though I avoided that one. It's still not it's still not what Pixar was before John Lasseter was forcibly removed due to false allegations. As for Goats, you can tell
Elio's,
that
yeah.
you can tell that the animated team they came from the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse films.
They also knew their audience, especially the sports crowd. That's why Jet has become a very popular character.
I'm I'm already anticipating of the fan art made for her and the other characters of Goats.
man, you late on
So,
that one. They went to work overtime.
so
Oh, I
you
know.
guys, you guys have seen Hoppers and Goat already.
Not me.
Well,
I have
Oh,
not.
I did.
oh, I haven't seen it. I'm not in a hurry to see it.
I
Yeah.
I'd oh sorry.
No, go on.
I followed one of the guys who had the person who did the movie Goat, the showrunner for that one, was mentored by the same guy who did My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh snap!
See, I noticed that too.
Or at least he was on one of the films. Yeah.
Well, I will say one of the critiques these are from the movie is they gave the audience a weak antagonist.
As you do.
Hey, but it's still it is at least like
He did
enjoyable
serve the purpose of the
than most
story,
of
though.
yes. Yeah, but at least like with Sony Animation and still with DreamWorks, like they're still actually giving people what they want in the Western animation department than Disney.
Yeah, there's gotta be
And
somebody
the
better
best
than them.
part is they focused on some of the most important aspects of the story, which was Jet and her relationship with the main character, who was I forget his name, but I know he was
Will
basically called Goat. Will, yeah,
Will.
basically called Billy, but his name was Will. Will, yeah, Will.
Although what I was surprised when I was like looking at like the cast list, I did not realize that Will's voice actor is actually is one of the friends from Stranger Things. The the black kid.
Small
Huh.
world.
Yeah, I didn't recognize
Nice.
him.
Well, they are trying to grab these actors while they can, when they can. Like I was telling you guys months now, they're pretty much grabbing whoever's coming out with the big hit. I mean, you haven't seen Peyton List from Cobra Kai and anything just yet, or if there is something that she's part of, it's not really highlighted enough to warrant attention, right?
Yeah,
But
actually, currently she's one of the major characters in the urban fantasy horror mystery TV series School Spirits.
okay, probably not my cup of tea. And poor Sholo, we need to get him into some stuff. I mean, we need to get him that reveal sequel pronto.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, the first one sucked, but you know, he's a versatile actor. Come on, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and we can what we can hope like for a new Blue Beetle movie is it does better than the first one writing wise.
I'll tell you what I'm not gonna see. Oh, motherfucker. Did I
Well,
salvage
give,
it?
but
Is
I also want to get back to the DC anime universe. Like like Paul Dini, Bruce Tim like and the other members of their team like did a great job in really bringing the DC universe to life. Life is really through art and art animation, which has aged very well as time went on. And when you mention like the movements of each of the characters, here's like they did a great job of just making each of them distinct from one another and how they reflect each of the characters as you would when you read them in the comics.
I think I could fix this. Can it be fixed? It can be.
Are you looking at an artwork right now, fearless leader?
Yes.
Well, the style of animation used for Batman in the animated series was very good, very stylistic. Seems like it was a mixture of what was contemporary and something maybe out of a 40s noir film.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why it worked for me.
Yeah,
And
because
Gothic, because really with Gotham, you can tell what with the architecture, it was heavily inspired by Art Deco.
yeah, because the thing is, what made what made it so much that made it work with the DC animated universe and why it's been so
Mm-hmm.
beloved even from the actors is for the same reasons why I brought this up with earlier with Mortal Kombat that you could see the passion behind the creators not only through the stuff that they worked on through here but even through the actors that they love doing this stuff.
Very much. Even after the DC animated universe has since came to an end, and like the the voice acting director who was still working in animation, and she's doing well for herself. Oh, Miss Romano. But the actors, like, they still remember fondly their time working together for the DC animated universe.
Hmm.
I guess I'll close off tonight's stream with everybody's greatest artist in the world, and you can fight me if you want to. 'Cause I say he's the greatest of them all. Our favorite happy accident, Bob Ross.
Hey,
Yeah, you can't.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
no, I mean he's really like, one of the best artists of all time, and even in death, even in death, he continues to inspire countless artists. Regardless if you're a fine artist or you're doing commercial art by way of manga, graphic novels, comics, you name it.
Yeah, even if you're a beginner
And he
artist,
used to have a little squirrel in his pocket.
Yeah.
Sorry.
you're okay. Even if you're like a beginner artist, that he would teach you not only all the techniques within the painting, even with different types of paint or different types of paint that you're using. He will even give you a lot of sound advice, whether it is through painting, even through a lot of sound advice, even through a much calmer voice, because that's the whole appeal behind his show.
That man invent ASMR before the ladies did.
Oh, very much.
Put a little
Kind
happy
of
spot
crazy. He
in
used to be a
that our
drill
happy spot.
sergeant.
And we're gonna put a little
Yeah,
water.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did
no,
serve in the army. Yeah.
Yeah, he served in the military as well Miss as well as our friendly host of TV as well. Well, like, would you be my neighbor?
Ixnay on me doing the jokey A.
Well, besides like Bob Ross, like another artist that I still like remembered fondly and continues to inspire them, like, even in death, is Norman Rockwell.
Mm.
Yeah, Rockwell. Yeah,
Oh,
Rockwell's
yeah.
famous.
Like,
A lot of
he
his
really,
pictures are humorous.
yeah, very humorous, and you can tell, like, he really
Yep.
captures the essence of Americana.
Americana and most of the stuff he takes pictures or illustrates people that are doing their just daily routines. I think one of them was a guy who used. I don't think they do it now because this shit's been date for years. But like there was one where it's a guy whose job is to fix all the clocks in the city that he was living. I think it was New York. You ever seen
Yeah,
that painting? He's just sitting
yeah,
there, just waiting, to make sure the time's line. He's just a guy doing his job, and it has a lot of character. You know, you got the kid hiding all his shit under the bed, tricking his mom saying he cleaned his room, and you know, it's just average, everyday American life.
Pretty
You
much,
know, it's
pretty much looking like everyday life in Duck World.
yeah.
yeah,
No, but he also to do his paintings, like he makes people appreciate the simplicities of life.
I mean, if you look at the Duck World comics, Jesus Christ, there's a lot going on in those comics.
Oh yeah, Barks,
Mhm.
he's a great storyteller in writing and in the art. Like he would,
Anything Disney made or anything around that bracket of comics will just have everything just really just alive.
hmm
One location will be just alive and man, just cracking open those comics and just seeing daily life, like as Ultra pointed out earlier.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I think that with Carl Barks, like he was able, like, to capture, like, the culture and the environments of each of the countries that Uncle Scrooge and the others, like, traveled to. like at the time, like he didn't go to those places until years later.
I
And
mean,
that
yeah,
shows a man like who's not only dedicated to the craft, but he also does his research and incorporates them into sequential art like for the visual storytelling.
life is like a hurricane here in the world.
And I believe like Mac with Four Teeth, he actually did a full history video like on Karl Barks and his contributions like to the Dark World comics.
So, any final thoughts for everybody?
I
Mike?
mean, I have like. You go first.
Oh, I was saying, no. Just a quick start. It may not be considered classic, but I would say I've always loved the animation of Chuck Jones and his work with the Looney Tunes and on Tom and
Hey,
Jerry. Yeah. I was thinking as you guys were talking, I thought about I don't think I have an animator. Oh yes, Chuck Jones. I've always loved Chuck Jones animation.
I always preferred Jones's
Ultra,
work when it came to
Chuck
Looney Tunes and
Jones, Tex Avery.
Avery, yeah.
Yes, Droopy.
Oh yeah, there was also
oh
a
god.
lizard stripper scene that got rotoscoped too.
Oh, that did happen. Yes.
She has a name too, which is funny. Rita Sculpt.
Yep.
Nice.
Ultra, anything you like to add?
Sadly, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but we'll talk about more modern animated shows that people should watch. There are two shows. The second season is coming out. There's Common Side Effects. I think the second season is coming out next year. It's Adult Swim. I would say watch it. The style's a little bit weird how the people are drawn, but Common Side Effects really well done. I wish I got a chance to talk about it, but a certain somebody told me to stop jacking off, so I can't. I have to do what the host says. Not name any names, but that. And the second show is called Pantheon. AMC had it for a while, then they tried to kill it. Amazon owns the second season. Pirate it, mostly because trying to get it legal, legitimately is a pain in the ass, and it's like region bound for some reason. But Pantheon, from if you put Pantheon AMC, it should show up.
Oh man, Pantheon is a
Pantheon's really
solid.
good.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a solid sci-fi mystery thriller.
I really want to talk about it, but we ain't got the time. But watch those two shows; they're really well done.
It's doable with an animation spotlight.
Well, you're saying you're closing the stream, so I don't want to waste any more time. So I just say watch those two shows, and by the next stream we'll talk about it, or get a chance to talk about it. But watch the two shows; they're really well done.
I don't know, on the other side of the coin, well, check out, of course, like classic works like mangaka like from Hirohiko Araki of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fame, but to even with the mangaka that made by today's creators. There's a token like Anki. So if for anyone who's a fan of Blue Exorcist, and you want to see like more of that, read it as well as watch the anime adaptation. It's really good. And I'll say one last like artist I'd like to give a shout out to Michael Turner. May he rest in peace. Man, like he was gone. He was gone too soon. Feeling like he knew how to like do visual storytelling. And you could tell like he was inspired, like the way he draws the characters and constructs the panels. He was inspired by manga, much like Joe Madureira.
That's nice, but can't Humble get a talk?
Hey, that's it.
Go ahead, Humble.
Yeah, the guy to check out is Fountain Pen Cartoons. He's actually doing an apprentice program with lots of young artists. He had a bunch of ideas he wanted to do. So he's like, I'm gonna get a bunch of these young artists in on these projects, and they're pretty good.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've heard
A
this
little
guy.
off the beaten path. The one I was really and the one I was really looking forward to next year was one called Nightmare Hunters.
Oh, I've heard of that
Just
one.
really like the designs in it.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
No, that sounds really good.
There's
And-
also Aaron Blaze. He did a new animation of a polar bear befriending a snowman.
Oh, that sounds wholesome.
He was one of the classic Disney animators, so he's also got classes to teach. And Don Bluth has an animation academy.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, and actually, also the creator of Rocko's Modern Life, he also like actually teaches like classes like for aspiring artists and animators. And just as a quick correction, the name of the manga that people should check out is Tujin Anki, Tougn, and the manga is Yuda Urushibata.
Weep.
Yes. Any questions?
I thought that was your Homer Simpson impression when he goes.
Hey, that was it. And I will say one more thing. One more thing about the manga, like the main character, like he's an aficionado when it comes to guns. So when he goes full demon, he like his blood magic constructs are different types of guns.
Wait, we've got a demon gun nut?
They have demon gun nuts.
Half demon gun nut.
Yes.
Oh, final.
Sweet.
Talking for artists I would recommend or honorable mentions or something?
Yeah.
I've already mentioned Alex Ross, the Hirohiko Araki of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fame, Yoshitaka Amano, anyone else that I know?
Yora.
It's
Maybe.
about as... what was it, Dom?
Not the same. Mira may be gone, but he'll never be forgotten.
And I think that's about as much as Bob Ross.
Yeah, I'll just say Meteor is another mention for me with his hyper realistic, nearly realistic, excuse me, hyper detailed designs and environments. I mean, every single panel can be fit on a t-shirt.
Indeed.
My lord. Just any panel, even if it's Guts' head in just a single panel, it can fit on a t-shirt, and it's black and white, and it will still stick out. Just the mere fact that when you look at that detail, you can almost imagine what the color is. It's like the black and white was the color. Just straight up turns into color the more you look at it. Like you can easily imagine what Casca's skin tone would be, or Guts' skin tone, or Gambino. Just any character you look at, you could instantly just like, okay, for sure, he's got a skin tone that's probably tan, or she's got skin tone That's probably
Light
beige.
brown. What that too?
Not speaking on Casca, just any female character that you lay eyes upon.
Right.
But that
Well,
was my take of his artwork was every time I looked at his artwork, it felt like I could imagine the colors, even though certain panels and covers had color, showing showing us what their colors represent, what colors that they really were, and how you were supposed to envision it. You could still just slap on any kind of color on them, and still image be damned because every time you look at artwork, the image looked like it was in motion. I mean, I would love. I tend to try to look at practicing web animators that do motion comics for Berserk,
mm,
but they don't really capture it all that well. It's like watching the Watchmen motion comic,
watching a comic. I remember that.
and that one's fine for what it is. It just I easily lost interest the more I watched that one. But other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Those few of you and those nonsense motherfuckers that keep popping that out. Uh, I don't know what we got going on this week. I know Dom, you still got your list. What are we doing this week?
Well, depend. Well, like this coming week's episode of the Real Millennials, this is actually proposed by our dear friend Final Fantasy here, and that will actually be talking about our favorite families in fiction, why they're important, as well as sharing each of our own individual experiences with our families.
Oh boy. Y'all
Hey,
really want to hear my backstory?
hey, you can you can share, like each of us can share like our experiences with our families like if as much as we want to while keeping them anonymous, as long as you're comfortable with it.
Favorite families in fiction. I will have to think about that.
I think we're going to bar that one.
That's going to be an interesting conflab.
Oh, that one's not. Oh, that one's not hard to think about.
I just
I would,
want Humble to dance around on something again like last time.
yeah, there are already like families in fiction that I have in mind.
Yeah, but we'll save that when we get there.
Exactly.
Challenge
Mm-hmm.
you here. Oh, you want my position now? Okay, you have it. Kidding. The humblest of writers, Humble Marty.
Hello, I'm Humble Marty and I write things. Thank you for coming to our talk about different animations and stuff today.
The lovely Leia Valley plus size.
Hello, everyone. This is Leah Plus Size, your lovely lady of valor, and thank you for joining us in discussion about animation and animators. If you have a favorite animation that you love or a favorite animator that you're a fan of and their style, please leave it in the comments below. I am very sure Wolf would love to hear from you, and also like and share this stream with others who may have the same interest. Until then, I hope everybody stays safe and see you all next week, and everybody have a great start to the week.
The Ultraman, Ultra Burger.
Hey there, Ultra Booger here. I'm a very inconsistent and very inconsistent guest, so don't appreciate I might not show up in other streams, but I'll try if I can.
Hey man, whenever you can. It's all up to you, my friend. The Warrior of Light Final Fantasy fan.
Well, that about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, click like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. And make sure to ring that notification bell, that way you get notified of our latest videos. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Final Fantasy Fan 12 signing off. And remember, may the light forever shine upon us.
Cool.
The Hound of the South Dawning Path.
Thank you everyone for joining us in tonight's episode of the Real Millennials. Hopefully you enjoy what we've discussed and make hopefully like not only like the artists and animators that we discussed like inspires you like to continue refining your own craft like in the arts regardless of what medium you're working in. Be more like the veterans of yesteryear, but also shining a spotlight on the artists that have talent today. Don't be like the bad creators. But until then, this is the Hound of the South, Donnie Powell signing off. And remember, keep up the good fight, maintaining hope, idealism, and optimism alive in the world. Because remember, extreme cynicism and nihilism are for losers.
It's your Will Commander Will Tan reminding you guys once again, you are the UN Spacey. Welcome to the Wolf Fleet.